To summarize why I'm so excited about specialty contractors, why I just did it. That gets me fired up every time I hear that story. It's so exciting. So to quickly introduce myself, my name is Will Lehrman. I'm our head of product for specialty contractors, and my job is to help lead our specialty contractor business at Procore. This is actually now, I'm entering my 10th year at Procore, so I've been around for a really long time, and I'm more optimistic than ever. And one of the reasons is because of the opportunity with specialty contractors. And so I actually spent many, many years focused on building out our general contractors business, building out the product for general contractors. It was incredible. But about 3 years ago, I started to see this opportunity with specialty contractors. And I made the pivot to focus on this market. And there's a lot of reasons why, and I'm going to share some of those with you today. And the first thing I'll say is that specialty contractors, we're working in construction, one of the most complex industries in the world, and specialty contractors have the most complex jobs within the construction industry. And on top of that, what we're starting to see is the tech adoption and the trends of that tech adoption with specialty contractors is now mirroring what we saw with general contractors. And all that got me really, really excited about the problems that we could solve for them. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm really going to share a little bit about the specialty contractor market, what some of their top priorities are, why I think Procore is so well positioned to go and help specialty contractors, and why it's so important to our mission and vision. So let's get started. So specialty contractor market. Specialty contractors are the backbone of the construction industry. And I really want that to sink in. These are the electricians, the plumbers, the folks pouring concrete, HVAC. Any bit of work that's happening on these job sites to build these buildings is happening because of the specialty contractors that are out there doing the work. And that is where so much of the risk lies and so much of the execution lies to actually get these buildings, these facilities, these roads built. And another thing I want to share is that they are the majority of the construction companies in the industry. And they're also the majority of the workforce in the industry. So when you actually think about the construction industry, you really can't think about it without thinking about specialty contractors. And they're responsible for so much. And just to name a few of those things, one, the labor. We talked about how important labor is in construction. It's so much of the spend. Well, who's actually out there getting that labor, getting them to the job site, making sure they're trained, making sure they can nail their craft? Those are specialty contractors. The equipment, they're bringing the equipment to the job site. They have to be certified in that equipment. They're doing really, really hard work. And they're also the ones out there procuring the materials. And in a world where we have supply chain shortages and price escalations, a lot of that burden is falling right there on the specialty contractors. So their job is very, very hard and increasingly hard as we're seeing some of these market dynamics take place. And then when it comes to the actual project execution, well, the most important thing to me anyways is safety. And so when you think about a really, really dangerous industry, specialty contractors are the ones out there dealing with those safety concerns, and they have to help manage that safety. They have to manage the quality of the work, right? The quality of the work is so important, not only to make sure these buildings are safe and well constructed, but also when you do good quality work for your client, the general contractor, you're going to be able to work with them again. So it's so important to the business to do high quality work so we can win that work again. And then of course staying on schedule. We talked earlier about how far past the planned schedule some of these projects are going, and a lot of that reliance is on specialty contractors to go execute on schedule. So really, really important job. And so I'll summarize this with specialty contractors carry immense amounts of risk, and they have to do all that while trying to make a profit and trying to grow their business, and it's really, really difficult. And so before I get into some of the day-to-day challenges and priorities of the specialty contractor market, I want to remind everybody about the backdrop of the industry and what we're seeing more recently, right? So number one, supply chain disruptions, higher material costs, schedule delays, and all this is leading to a lot more collaboration required, a lot more work, a lot more oversight to make sure that they can manage the supply chain disruptions. And that's falling on the specialty contractors. Labor shortage, right? And what's happening with the labor shortage? Well, there's decreased productivity. It's harder for them to forecast new work because if they don't know if they're going to get the labor within their team, they can't take on that next job confidently. And so being able to have that foresight, being able to forecast the labor they can bring into their business is absolutely critical, especially today with the labor shortage. And then project complexity. What we're seeing is bigger facilities, bigger buildings, more complex buildings, more high-tech buildings. And all of that makes the job more difficult. More integrated project delivery, more importance going into pre-construction to get the job right early, but all that is making more complexity for the specialty contractor. And it's making them also need to focus more on collaboration, working with their partners, working with their teams to make sure they can execute on these really complex jobs. And the last one I want to share is digital transformation. The market knows they need to make this transition to a digital world. There's so many efficiencies they can gain, so many problems they can solve by making this jump. But it's really scary. It's hard, right? These are things they haven't done in 20, 30, 40 years, family-run businesses that have to turn around and now adopt a bunch of new technology that they know is going to transform their business. But that means more training. They're going to have to figure out how to manage all these systems. What do they do with all this data? And that's a real challenge for them. And all of these things are areas that we know Procore can help, and they're coming to Procore and coming to our platform because they know we can help with these challenges. And so, all of this is opportunity, but it's really, really hard, and we got to help them through it, and I'm really excited about what we're doing to do that. So now I'm going to walk through a number of different priorities for specialty contractors. I can't cover them all, but I'm going to hit some of the top ones that I believe are really, really critical to their business, super important to getting the jobs done, and how Procore helps them along that journey. So I'll start in pre-construction. We've talked a lot about that already, but these projects can often be won or lost before you ever break ground, right? So it could be a 2-year-long project, You might actually lose that job and lose your profit on that job before you even started because you didn't do a good job in pre-construction, estimating your work and making sure that you have the right budget to go execute that work in a way that works for your business. That's really, really important. But there's so many other things they have to deal with. First, building and managing those client relationships, right? They have to go out there and find new work, find new general contractors to work with. And, Wyatt mentioned a lot of times they're in the job site trailer trying to find new work. Well, our Procore Construction Network is an awesome way for them to grow their business. The next thing is forecasting how much work they can even take on, right? Do you have enough labor? Are you going to be able to get the materials you need? Do you have the cash flow that you need to actually go out and take on more work? And they're trying to build their business and forecast their business 1, 2, 3 years into the future. You need to have the insights and the information to go do that and the tools to go do that. The next one, estimating your work. So important. If you can estimate your work effectively, accurately, then you're going to know the profit and the margins you're going to make on those jobs. Super important in pre-construction. And then the last one I'll say is that once you do all this work in pre-construction, all this data, all these decisions you've made and say, okay, this is going to be a great job, we're going to make a lot of money on this job, well, all that data has to seamlessly transition to the project team so they can execute against the plan that you put together during pre-construction. Really, really important. And when using disconnected systems or no systems at all for some of these contractors out there in the market today, that becomes really, really hard, lots of risks, lots of errors, and that can break the job. And so, there's a quote up here from Alan at DMI Technologies, and, one of the things that's so exciting is the efficiency that they're getting in estimating. It's saving them money, and more importantly, helping them win more work, because they can estimate better, they can estimate faster, they can get better margins, make more profit, and it's helping them grow their business. Awesome. So the next thing I want to talk about is project execution, right? So you went out there, you found a great client you want to work with, you did the job, you won the job, you estimated the work, you're feeling really good about it. But now you got a long, arduous road ahead of you to actually execute on that project. And so much goes into that. First, getting the right information to the field. There is thousands of documents, drawings, and specifications, and details, and decisions that got made in pre-construction that you now have to consume and get out to a massive workforce in the field and make sure they have the right information at the right time to go execute on the work. And on top of that, these plans are changing, not just in pre-construction, but during the course of the job. As you're out there on the job and the owner's making changes to what they want the building to look like, as you're uncovering unknown things that are on the job site and you have to make changes in real time, that's going to actually change that information that the team needs to go execute. And making sure that your field team has the most up-to-date, accurate information is absolutely critical for that. The next is ensuring quality construction. I spoke about this earlier. Very, very important, because doing great quality work, one, make sure you don't have to do rework. And rework is a huge waste in our industry, a huge cost in our industry. And then number two, if you're not doing high-quality work, that client is not going to want to work with you again, and that can really, really hurt your business. The next one is tracking job site data. We talked about all this data in the industry, and that we're barely tapping into all of it, right? But where's that data coming from? A lot of it's coming from the job site, right? That's the actual execution data that you need to feed back into your business so you can make better decisions and better planning and pre-construction for the next job. And all that's being collected in the field. But it's really, really difficult to collect all that data and make sure that it's collected in a sensible way and fed back appropriately so that you can make those decisions later and can drive those insights later. And then productivity, right? When you plan the job, you estimated and you planned for a certain level of execution, a certain efficiency. Well, you now got to go make sure you achieve that. And on a 2-year-long project, you might go, well, there's a lot of chances to get off schedule, to get off course, and to not be as productive as we needed to be to hit our profit. And so if you wait till the end of the job to find out that you weren't as productive as you needed to be, well, it's too late. But if you can get real-time, day-to-day insights to make sure that you can course correct quickly, that's how you can make sure that you reduce that risk and make sure that you're profitable in that job. And so another great quote here from Justin Auburn Mechanical. They were able to take thousands of sheets of paper that they were dealing with on every single project and condense that down to one application. Pull it right up on their phone, on the job site, get anything that they need, knowing that it's the most up-to-date, accurate information, and that fundamentally changed their business. So the next thing I want to talk about is the people. I think this is one of the most important things in construction for so many reasons. But it's really, really hard to deal with, right? I'm not even talking about equipment management and the material and all the logistics, because people are the highest cost, the most variable part of the business. They create a ton of risk, but a ton of opportunity as well. And, I can't talk about people without first talking about safety and making sure these folks are safe. And so one of the really important things about managing your workforce is making sure that your workforce is safe. But you also got to communicate with these people. And we're talking about folks, some job sites with thousands of people working on them, hard to reach them. And so making sure you have the right technology and the right techniques to reach those people is absolutely critical. The next is workforce scheduling. So you need to make sure you have the right person at the right place at the right time. And if every single day and every single project went exactly as planned, maybe it wouldn't be too hard, but that's not how construction works. When there's some supply chain disruptions and the material that you needed to install that day doesn't arrive, well, what do you do with those people who were there on the job site to install that material? Well, you got to allocate them somewhere else so you can make sure that you're getting the most out of your workforce. And so being able to understand what's happening on the job site, and then very, very quickly react and reallocate and reschedule those people is really, really critical. And then you got to track that work and make sure those people get paid. I don't think any of us would show up to work if we weren't getting paid. And so making sure you're tracking accurate hours for your team and then turning around and making sure that they're getting their paycheck on time to the right amount is really, really critical. And when we're dealing with a world where there's a labor shortage, making sure you're treating your people right, paying them on time, paying them accurately is absolutely critical. And I think this is a great quote here from Brandon, Able Communications. And, you know, a couple of things he's getting out of managing workforce better. One is the efficiency that he's getting. And being able to get more efficiency out of his workforce is really, really important. Obviously, it's going to save you money because as labor is your most expensive cost for a lot of these specialty contractors, that's important. But also the risk, because if you're not getting the people to the right place at the right time and maximizing that workforce, your schedule is going to start to drift, and you're going to start to miss the targets that you set, and that's when your budget is going to start to miss the profits that you aim for. And so the last category here I want to talk about is financial oversight and ensuring profit. At the end of the day, these are businesses. They need to make money or they're going to go out of business. So first, real-time visibility into their budget. And on a construction project, changes are happening every single day that impact your budget. And if you're waiting a week, a month to get those insights, it's way, way, way too late. You need real-time, daily insight and visibility into your construction budget. And what does that help you do? Well, it helps you realize those insights, find the risks, find the opportunity, so that you can course correct quickly and make sure that you can salvage any of those challenges that you're seeing on that particular job or opportunity, and take advantage of that opportunity to help you grow your business. The next is ensuring that you have project profitability. So every single one of those projects, you believe you're going to make a profit on. You estimated and you planned in pre-construction to make a profit on that job, and so you need to make sure that you're managing against that job to get profit. But at the end of the day, every single one of these projects after running is flowing back up to the business, and you're looking at this portfolio of all your projects and making sure that when all the numbers add up, your business is going to grow the way you need it to, that you're going to be able to have the cash flow that you need, that you can stay afloat, and all that feedback and your ability to take on more work and sometimes even keep your business alive. All that is super critical, and that flow of data is super critical. And so, you know, this quote from Wes at Green Mechanical is awesome. You know, when they were able to use Procore, one of the most valuable things they got out of it was the insights that they gained from that financial visibility. They felt they were making better decisions because of those insights, and at the end of the day, driving more profit for their business. That's a change, right? That is impact, and that's the thing I love to hear from your customers. So why should Procore care about specialty contractors? I think we've shared a lot about why, but I always like to go back to our mission and vision, right? Why we exist, why I wake up every single morning as a Procore employee. Well, specialty contractors are core to our mission and vision. You can't improve the lives of everyone in construction without the trades. They're the majority of the people and the businesses in this industry. They're the backbone of the industry. And without solving the problems of these folks, we cannot improve the lives of everyone in construction. And Wyatt did an awesome job showing you how we can't connect everyone in construction without the trades. And so our ability to go out there and support and work with and partner with specialty contractors is critical to Procore's mission. It's critical to our vision. And I believe that they are the backbone of the industry. And as we support them, we will help make the industry stronger and better. And it's a massive opportunity to transform the construction industry by helping the trades. And so I won't go through this slide in too much depth. Wyatt did a great job. But I do want to share a few things that I'm really, really excited about why Procore specifically is best positioned to help specialty contractors and take advantage of this opportunity. First is we have 20 years of general contractors that have been coming into Procore as customers. And as Wyatt mentioned, each one of those general contractors are inviting specialty contractors into our platform. And every time they come in, they're getting more and more familiarity and confidence in Procore because they're using it every single day as a collaborator with their general contractor, right? And that confidence in our platform is really important because then when they start to see all the problems that we solve for their business, it's a very easy decision for them to go, yep, I trust Procore, I know Procore, I'm familiar with Procore, it's a great platform, and they solve my most important needs. This is awesome. I definitely want to become a customer. The bidding network, right? So how you actually go out and find new folks to work with, win that work, and get paid, right? How you actually go out and find customers and take on new work. Well, we have a network that brings them into Procore for that really, really critical aspect of their business, and that's a huge network effect for Procore and a great way to bring specialty contractors into our platform. And as we're seeing more and more reliance on pre-construction, with more design build contracts and more collaboration happening in pre-construction, we're now catching specialty contractors early in the construction phase. Before they've even broken ground on the project, they're getting pulled into Procore, and as Wyatt showed, they're starting to see value in real time that they can tap into to win more work, to estimate better, and then drive right into our course of construction workforce management solutions to solve a lot more problems. And the last one is Procore will be the platform where specialty contractors get paid. Pretty important, right? If this is the platform where specialty contractors are getting paid, they're going to want to come here, they're going to want to log in, and they're going to want to get paid. And that's a great chance for us to connect with them and then show them the offerings that we have. So I'll close out here with something I'm super excited about. Something we're working so hard on, and the company's been working so hard on it. Procore is the leading platform for specialty contractors. They come here to collaborate with their customers, their clients, and then when they come in to collaborate with their clients, we offer best-in-class solutions that solve their top needs. From our Procore construction network to our pre-construction and estimating solutions, we help them with project execution, managing job site quality, the safety of their people, workforce management, managing those people, financial management, having insights into that financial management, material financing, and just so much more. And the other thing I want to share is that we specialize in specialty contractors, right? They're not just our products, but the way we implement them to our products, the folks that actually help them get implemented and onboarded to our products, how we support them throughout their life with Procore. That's so important. We speak their language. We have folks coming from the construction industry to work at Procore that were specialty contractors, speak their language, know the challenges of that digital transformation, and help shepherd them through those challenges so they can find the value of a platform like Procore. And the last one is the partner ecosystem. So we offer these amazing products. We're also out there finding best-in-class solutions that solve a whole litany of other problems for specialty contractors, bring that into our network, integrating those solutions to Procore so that these specialty contractors who are not familiar with going out and acquiring many, many different applications can come to one platform and find everything that they need to run their business. So the last thing I'll share is when I think about value and impact, I want to hear from our customers. And so I'm going to very quickly share 3 quick stories from 3 of our customers and the impact that Procore's had on them. First, Monterey Mechanical. They're a steel mechanical subcontractor. And one of the things they love about Procore is the consolidation. All of those priorities that we just talked about, all supported in one platform. And the other impact that they have is they believe that each one of their employees saves 1 day a week. I would give anything if I could get 1 day a week extra. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. Maybe they'll come up with a platform for us in product management. But it's just incredible to hear the value and the impact that we're having on those workers to save 1 day a week, and that's how much more they can now do. The next, DCO, they're a commercial flooring contractor. And one of the things I love about Procore is that we have a product that is user-friendly and mobile-first. So many of their people are out on the job site, on the go. They don't have a trailer. They don't have an office. They have a truck. And so being able to have mobile is so important to them, on their phone, on the go, having all the information that they need, all the tools that they need to get their job done is very, very important for them, and it helps them through that digital transformation. The other impact that we had with them is that they believe that their critical tasks for their team were cut in half. So when we talk about driving efficiency in the construction industry, imagine if every single critical task is cut in half. That's how you drive efficiency, and that's how you double the output of the construction industry. And the other thing is that they almost doubled their revenue since adopting Procore. That's the impact we like to have on our customers, helping them grow their business, being more successful, and really, really impressive. The last one I'll share, Humphrey & Associates, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing specialty contractor. One of the things I loved about Procore, 100% data ownership. They now own all their data. They have access to all their data, and that is driving insights and performance so they can find that efficiency because they have access to all that data. And they have more control over their financial profitability. And one other thing, this is a really specific stat for them, but they believe that their project managers can take on more work. They used to manage $3.5 million a year in construction projects per project manager. They were able to grow that to $5 million. So when we're dealing with a labor shortage, these folks can now take on more work without having to grow their staff. That's huge. They can do more with less. So needless to say, I'm extremely impressed by the specialty contractors out there in the world. They are doing the most complex job in one of the most complex industries. And I'm really grateful that Procore gets to be the platform to help support them as they grow and deal with these challenges. So I'm now going to pass it to Jeff to talk about owners. Thank you.